With Auckland building supply manufacturers now in level 3, there may be some relief for the building industry, but it's unlikely to save the regions from shortages.
I guess that once Auckland comes back on stream and they're able to work, the majority of stuff produced, if not all of it initially, will go to the Auckland market. So we're going to see a bit of a slowdown or a dry up then as well.
Whanganui's building industry was already booming, and now supply chain disruptions brought on by COVID are taking their toll. But it's also leading to some innovations.
As part of the initial consultation process, and we've just kicked this in now, is that we have to make you aware that there could be product issues, there could be certain building materials that might be in short supply or might not even be available. So we're looking at, for exterior claddings, roofings and stuff, we'd like some alternatives, like you'd have choice 1, 2 and 3, choice 1, 2 and 3, choice 1, 2 and 3.
The O'Leary family have more than 3 decades experience building in the region and say for them, fallback options as part of the initial consent will help avoid inspection hold-ups.
Basically covering things that way so we won't have to reprocess. Council or the building consent authorities would like us to be very specific per job, but our argument back the next wave of consents go in is that, well, we need to do this to maintain some sort of, how can I put it, forward momentum.
With homeowners already resorting to pre-buying building materials, providing alternative options is a lot more work, but it's another tool to avoid hold-ups.
There's no reason why that couldn't be done, but you'd have to have 3 lots of complete and comprehensive information. And whether that would be any more cost effective than somebody having to trawl through 3 different cladding types, shall we say, and make sure they're okay, than it would be to just have one change later in the job and trawl through that. It's debatable. I think the cost mightn't be much different, but the convenience might be more.
The industry is always looking at ways to streamline the complex consent process, but there is a shortage of highly skilled workers.
The major challenges is keeping to our statutory timeframes and giving good service to the customers, because, dare I say it, we are losing building inspectors back to the industry faster than we can employ them. We send work away and such like and try to work a bit smarter here and there, but yeah, our biggest challenge is keeping resources up to the very, very busy industry we have out there right now.
The need for compliance has also risen in continuing efforts to future-proof projects.
We put a lot of documentation into a building consent because at the end of the day, council's issuing you a co-compliance certificate. So it becomes quite a comprehensive file. And hopefully you never need it, but invariably when you do, that's the one that saves everybody.
O'Leary predicts the range of building products available may shrink, but that could be a blessing in disguise.
The absence of choice clears the mind marvellously, a great saying. And I think Henry Ford was once quoted as saying, you can have any colour you want as long as it's black. So I think if you that's probably where we're going to get to. The choice that we have, and we've got incredible amount of choice now, is going to become more and more and more limited.
Limited supplies are one thing, but just getting to the building stage requires plenty of patience, with wait times in Whanganui up to a year.
I would say a minimum of 9, maybe 12 months before I can start your project. And depending on the size and complexity of your project, it could take anything from probably 20 to 30 weeks, and in a much bigger house, upwards of a year.
Homes with a smaller footprint could also be part of the answer to the supply chain logjam, as it has been in the main centres.
Land is in short supply, so higher density is the way to go. It was in Auckland recently, terrace housing, smaller footprint but going higher, all attached, but ticking all the other boxes for, I guess, access and egress and outdoor space is what councils will always look at in any kind of urban development.
Now, catching on in regions like Whanganui, these kinds of developments could all help to ease the housing crisis. Georgie Ormond, Local Focus.